In a city where image is everything, three young artists from Echo Park have come together to make their mark on a tired fashion scene, one used article of clothing at a time.
7 Lightning Bolt started because of the mediocre styles of fashion that existed at the time. You know, we just saw so many people that had no style and didn't know really what to do with all the things they had around them. I was somewhat fashionable. My buddy is an artist. That kind of developed into us buying a sewing machine and ripping things apart. The basic idea behind everything that we do has concepts and stories behind it. Everything from animal rights and the environment, politics to the economy, except we use no words though, it's all imagery. Our themes don't necessarily change because we evolve with the times and with what's going on in the world. When George W. Bush is president and he is doing a lot of things that we don't agree with, we're much more political. Now we have Obama here and it's much different.
God bless the United States of America.
Our name came through an art show where we had the whole art gallery and we had huge rolls of vinyl that we were cutting little pieces out of it and connecting all the artwork together. We cut a sheet and it basically had like 7 and a lightning bolt. The representation of 7 Lightning Bolt has definitely described who we are. A lot of energy and a lot of power. Lightning bolts strike without warning, and that's what we do. We have 2 different bubbles that we work out of, and one is new clothing. The second one is a deconstruction, recycling vintage clothing and reconstructing it, ripping it apart and creating new stuff and merging things together.
Oh, it's so good.
All the big companies are claiming to be environmental. We know that there's mountains of clothing out there that are disposed of and discarded that are still fabric. We use the fabric. We don't look at a jacket as most people do. We look at the fabric that it is, the way that it's stitched, how we can take it apart and like what we can use it for. We are completely in-house. We don't like to outsource. When we found out what owning a clothing line was, this rich guy who finds artists to make his designs, someone else prints them, and then the printing company sends them to the distributors who send them out to the stores. He doesn't even see the clothing. And this guy's a clothing designer. So we're so the opposite of that. We're a collaborative group of artists that love to recycle vintage clothing. Right now we're sold in 8 stores in LA. We have a store in New York, San Diego, San Francisco. We also sell at some markets like Melrose Fairfax Market and Hollywood Farmers Market.
What do you think the current fashion trends are, and where do you see the fashion industry going?
Does that answer your question? People are about money. What's cool? People see that guns are becoming cool, so everyone puts a gun on their shirt. It doesn't mean anything.
Why should I or anyone else care about your product?
I think that you shouldn't care about our product because the less people that care about our product, the less we have to make. In the future, I honestly don't believe that anything in the future can be better than what we have now because the bigger you get, the worse it is. We don't pay for anything because it all pays for itself, yet we don't make a lot of money, but we have all creative control.
It really pays off.
Is that an answer? I'm like, why is it so quiet? Do I hear any applause in here or what?
You can check out all of JD, Joe, and Kenny's gear at 7lightningbolt.com or go down to the Hollywood Farmers Market on Sundays.